You rolling.
All right. Hey, Shalom. First and foremost, we like to give all honor, praises, and glory to Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Bahashim,
Bahashim, Yahweh
Yahweh
Shai,
Shai, Bahashim,
Bahashim,
Rachakwadash.
Rakakadash.
Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders at Great Millstone who teach the truth and rule well. Hey, we're just a couple brothers from the GMS SF Bay Area camp, come together through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai Shai to push the word, all right, and ultimately, get into prophecy, all right. And one of the main prophecies, as we see the end approaching, is war, all right, in every sense of it. Okay, you got the main Third World War, you got wars and rumors of war, all right, and ultimately you have a lot of information going out and a lot of rumors, okay, talking about war. All right, now we got a couple articles lined up. We want to hit some prophetic scriptures on that, and just we'll just read the title of it if Spirit allows. Might read a little bit of the article, but this is what's going on in the world. All right, like the scriptures say. Well, let's grab that real quick, bro. Baba Kashah, Habakkuk 2.
Okay.
Because
Division,
what was that?
division is yet.
Khan. Because that's the time we're living in. All right. And also in Second Ezra, what does it tell us? It tells us to measure the times. All right, being watchmen, being set up by Yahweh Shai Shai to push this truth, push this word. All right, and having the testimony of Yahweh Shai, which is the spirit of prophecy. These are the things we're supposed to be into. All right, here it is. You got anti-Christians into who knows what. Like the elder Kwanawa says, if you still into Christianity 2025, you're through.
Mm-hmm.
All right, because hey, that so-called Christianity, that false religion, hey, it's just leading you to a path of darkness. All right, It's not bringing out prophecy. It's not bringing out what's going on. So that tells you right then and there, it's not the truth. Okay, but here it is. You have the true men of the Lord from the apostles and elders on down, bringing out what's really happening. All right, again, measuring the time, showing you that, hey, the Lord is working. All right, the Lord is working on this earth. If you can receive it, we're living in biblical times, and salvation is right around the corner.
Mm-hmm.
Bring that out real quick, bro.
This is Habakkuk 2:1. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved.
Yep, and just like watchmen, in the ancient time, what were they doing? They were on top of the wall. All right, you had different times of the watch. You had different rotation, but you still had those men on watch, looking for what? For trouble. Strangers coming in, and they would send out that warning. So in the spiritual sense, that's what you have from the apostles and elders on down. What are they doing? They're seeing what's going on the earth. They're seeing what literally can be filtered through the scriptures to let the elect know what time it is. You got it, bro.
Yep. It says, in the Lord, Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it.
Yep. And the vision is talking about these prophecies. Go ahead.
Yep. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie.
So it says the vision is yet for an appointed time, meaning Yahweh Bashim Shai has a set time where all these prophecies come to pass. All right. Now, there's certain prophecies that are already passed. All right. For example, you had Yahweh Shai come on the scene, 2,000 years ago. All right. You had the falling away. All right. You had the man of sin being revealed. We're living in the time of Ezekiel, the 37th chapter, when the dry bones come into life. All right. You have certain prophecies that have yet come to pass. I mean, the MOTB. I mean, it's here, but it's not implemented yet. All right. World War III. Okay. Things are getting, moves are being made, but it's not here yet. You have all these different things going into prophecy. All right. And again, what does it say? Read that again. That's that last part.
Yep, it says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie.
But at the end it shall speak. So again, the Lord appoints these certain times. Then you have the watchmen who are measuring the times. Okay. And then when it's time to go, the Lord has these prophecies come to pass. Mm-hmm. All right. You see what's going on right now in the world of Israel, so to speak. All right. You got leaders, just going crazy. You have a whole bunch of darkness. You have a whole bunch of hypocrisy. All right, but this is prophecy as well. You know, people, these blind leaders, these false prophets, people giving heed to seducing spirits. Okay, again, this is all prophecy. But it says what? At the end it shall not lie, meaning it's going to be made clear. Okay, without a shadow of doubt, if you can receive it. You got it, bro.
Yep. Well, the Lord has his prophets telling you what's about to happen right now, so that when these things happen, the Lord is going to be found not a liar, and his words are going to be found true. Now, you know, whether you're on the good side or the bad side as an Israelite, whether you're on the good side or bad side of when that prophecy comes to pass, that's between you and the Lord. But nonetheless, we're just here. We're here to preach that message. You know, we're here to tell you what the Lord is about to do.
Yep. Yeah. So there's no. Well, the scriptures say, you know, we are not in darkness. Talking about the elect. The elect knows exactly what's going on. You know, Lord's will we be at that number, but the elect knows exactly what's going on because they're taking heed to what the prophets are saying. You know, so when these things come to pass, they're not going to be like a deer in the headlights. You know, why is this happening? No, hey, this is supposed to happen. Meanwhile, you got the rest of Israel just bugging out, not, you know, because they haven't taken heed. They think that this place is gonna, you know, who knows what they think. They just want this place to go on.
Right.
All right. Yep. You got it.
It says, though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry.
Hey, and this is the time we're living in. Okay, these prophecies are not tarrying anymore. Meaning, you know, the Lord isn't prolonging this place being destroyed. All right. Hey, we just entered into the new year. I mean, what? It's just been what is this? Still the first week, right? Yeah. Well, it's starting the second week because we're in the new moon right now. I mean, the Sabbath right now.
Okay.
So, hey, a lot is happening. You know, this is the new year, the real new year, and a lot has happened this last week. You know, but again, too, also, you know, geopolitically, economically, you know, a prophecy is speaking. All right. Go ahead. That was it on that?
Yeah, that was it on that. And you know, it's a spirit too, because you had Alazar, you know, who's the flavor of the week. He was recently going into, you know, basically in the spirit of prolonging, you know, in the spirit of putting off the day of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. But see, we're telling you that according to the prophecies, we're getting closer and closer. Okay, we're not relying on Esau's doomsday clock. We're relying on the prophecies. And the things that we're seeing come to pass, it's looking like we're getting closer and closer. Yep. And that's why the scriptures say it will surely come, it will not tarry. You know,
that's
just
right.
Because whatever outside circumstances may happen in our lives, it doesn't change the fact that the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai is still going to bring to pass the things He said He's going to do, which are His prophecies, which we're about to go into. You know, some of those prophecies right now.
That's right. You know, again, reading. Lord's will we read a couple of these articles. It just shows you that, hey, this is where we're at. Now, how reading these things, all right, and we're going to bring out some scriptures. How can this be 1,000 more years?
Yeah.
All right. Now, I got this one. Can you see it? You can see it.
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay. This is from MSN.com. All right, dated 12 hours ago. I'll read the title. It says, China warns the U.S. it's ready for a tariff war, a trade war, or any other type of war.
They ready for whatever.
They ready for whatever. All right. It says Beijing. I'll read a little bit of it. It says Beijing is warning the U.S. it is ready to fight a tariff war, a trade war, or any other type of war after President Donald Trump doubled the tariffs already in place for Chinese imports this week. Trump has accused China of fueling a drug crisis in the U.S., suggesting that the tariffs he's levied on all Chinese imports should encourage Beijing to do more to address this issue. The Chinese embassy in the U.S. blasted the White House action as counterproductive late Tuesday. If war is what the U.S. wants, be it a tariff war, a trade war, or any other type of war, we're ready to fight to the end, it wrote on X, formerly Twitter.
Bro, that's the spirit that the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai has on these heathen nations. They're tired of Esau Edom. They're tired of this place. Which we're gonna go into it, but there's an actual spirit that's upon these nations that they're sick and they're tired. You know, and the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai is orchestrating the minds of these kings of these heathen nations to be prepared against Babylon, to be prepared against America.
Yep. Yeah, and this is these are the talking points. So here it is. It's not, you have some on other sides of the thing, talking about peace and, Trump going into this is the golden age, peace and, basically peace and safety. But what are the real talking points? War. All right. When you go into tariffs, basically it's the beginning stages of war. You go into the tariffs, the trade wars. All right. You go into the Cold Wars. It's tit for tat, little economic jabs. All right. But then eventually when these countries can't take it anymore, what is it? Boots on the ground. Mm-hmm. I'll read a little bit more.
I got a precept too right after.
Khan, let me just read this last little bit. It says, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth addressed the statement during an appearance on Fox and Friends Wednesday morning. Well, we're prepared, Hegseth said. Those who long for peace must prepare for war. We live in a dangerous world with powerful ascending countries with very different ideologies, he added. If we want to deter war with the Chinese or others, we have to be strong. That's pretty much on that.
And who was it that said that?
That was the Defense Secretary, Pete Hegseth.
Okay.
So he's yeah.
An American associate?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So both of these, these spokesmen or whatever you call them, hey, they're talking that shit. All right. Now let me see. Let me X out of here. Well, bring your preset out, bro.
Yep, this Jeremiah 51:7. Babylon hath been a golden cup in the Lord's hand, that hath made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad.
Yep, and see, like the brother said, hey, these nations are angry. Mm-hmm. All right, here it is. You got big bad America, which has been on top for a while now, which goes pushing its philosophies, its democracy, its capitalism all throughout the world. Now, I mean, that's how really America's been able to come so strong and wealthy, so to speak, is because it's been pushing its madness, and it has all that money, and and it creates all these, I guess you would say, partnerships, whatever, to buy all the resources from all these different countries. But in the end, all these countries, they're not with it. They're getting angry because America's just being a bully. Here it is. They think it's good. And then now all of a sudden you have different administrations coming in, talking mad, creating tariffs, messing up the flow of things. All right. But ultimately, America, it's through the things that it pushes. It's at that point where it's being exposed. America's getting weak. All right. And the economy is through. And all these countries have been selling all their goods to America, building up their economies, building up their armies, So that's why they're able to talk like this.
Yeah. And the common thing that they're coming to realize is that Esau Edom is the problem.
Yeah.
This devil is the problem. Real quick, I got one more, Baba Kushah, just 3 verses. This is Obadiah verse 1, the book of Obadiah verse 1. It says, the vision of Obadiah, thus saith the Lord Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai concerning Edom. Okay, you Edomites, you so-called white people, which is not according to your skin color, it's according to who your forefather goes back to. It says, we have heard a rumor from the Lord Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye and let us go. It says, arise ye and let us rise up against her in battle. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised. And Esau Edom, he's being despised as of now. Which we're in the stages of the paradigm shift, so to speak. That shift where basically Jacob is on the up, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and the heathen, starting with Esau Edom, is on the downfall. Okay, because he Esau Edom is who the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai have raised up in the power seat in these times. It says, the pride of thine heart have deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down?
Mm-hmm.
Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. So Esau Edom has been proud, okay, and he's flexed this power that the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai has given him. He's flexed this power against these nations, and now the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai has leveled the playing field by giving these nations the literally the ability, the thermonuclear, the thermonuclear missiles, man. The
Yep.
ICBMs, intercontinental ballistic missiles, which carry about 10, some of them range from about 10 to 15, maybe 20 warheads in just one missile. Okay, so that leveled the playing field. Esau Edom has been proud. He's been puffed up. Okay, the scriptures say, thou thoughtest that I was such a one as thyself. Okay, because Esau Edom, he got proud, man. You know, he thought he could just run the earth and just violence, and he was just going to be able to get away with it. But what's being said here, the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is going to bring him down, and the Lord is using these nations right now to basically for their minds, to think that evil thought, to come up against Babylon, to challenge Babylon, challenge the bully. That's pretty much it on that, though.
That's right. Yeah, it's having an issue with sharing the screen. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, let me see. Salakia.
Okay, so here's another one. Grab Matthew 24 real quick.
Got it.
Okay. Because like we were going into, what did they say? It said China said they were ready for war. All right. So again, this is prophecy. Okay. This is literal prophecy that we're seeing being pushed forth right now. You got it, bro.
Yep. Matthew 24. You want me to just go straight to the point?
Yeah. Or you could jump around if you need to.
Matthew 24 and verse 3, it says, and he sat upon the Mount of Olives, speaking about Yahushai. The disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us when these things shall be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world. Verse 4, and Yahushai answered and said unto them.
Hey, read that again, Babu Shah.
Yep. The book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 3. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us when these things shall be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming.
Yep. So the disciples are asking Yahushai at this time, what are the signs? All right. Because, the Lord, he gives us signs. All right. He gives us different things to look for to show us that he's working. All right. Now, he gave us also prophecies. Prophecy just means simply to say before. So certain things the Lord said was going to happen before they happen. All right. And we can read, we're bringing out some of the prophecies now, but these are the things we're to look for. All right. We're to look for these things happening on the earth to see if they're happening. All right. This is what's called measuring the times. All right. As it goes into in Esdras. All right. So now the Lord said he's going to give us these different signs, and it's going to go into it. Go ahead, bro.
It says, and what shall be the sign of thy coming and the end of the world? And Yahushua answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Hamashiach, or I am the anointed, and shall deceive many.
And that's what you have going on. You have a lot of deception. All right. But the scriptures say that deceit shall be quenched. You have Esau having his narrative. Hey, leave it to him. This place is going to go on forever. He's going to be able to establish his fourth industrial revolution, his new world order, and basically where everybody owns nothing and they're happy and they're slaves, or leave it to the false leaders that are so-called Christian, so-called believing in the Bible. But here it is. They're pushing a prosperity doctrine. All that is deception. All right. And even though they say they're anointed, they're the chosen, they're the mouthpiece of God. All right. No, they're liars. All right. So how do you tell they're liars? Well, what does the scripture say? Again, you have to see what these people are saying and measure it to the scriptures.
Mm-hmm.
You got it, bro.
And then, as the scriptures say, then shall it be known who are my chosen.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So, like you said, deceit shall be quenched.
Yep.
Verse 6, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars.
Yep. And see, this is what we're seeing. Again, we brought out that article with the Chinese. They're ready for anything. And this is what you've had been going on for a while now. All right. You have China also saying that they're ready to invade Taiwan. All right. Now we got a couple other articles, which actually this one it goes into it too. But this is the talk right now. All right. This is just real quick. This is a tweet from Igor Shushko. All right. This is breaking. German Foreign Minister Baerbock gave an impassioned speech to prepare Germans for war with Russia. So this is, this right now, this is a rumor of war. So this is exactly what we just read. Now, is it going to mobilize into a war? We'll see. It says Germany urges European nations to start mobilizing now and not wait for the formation of the incoming government in Germany under Chancellor Merz expected in April. So this is what Germany's foreign minister is talking about. All right, this is the conversation. And what is this? We just read it. This is a rumor of war. Mm-hmm. Let me share this other one because this one, same thing going on in France. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Okay. Read that again, Baba Gashah.
It said, yep, Matthew 24:6, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet.
So these things have to come to pass. So these wars and these rumors. So hey, not just rumors. You have actual wars because they're still getting down in Russia and Ukraine right now. They're still getting down over there in Gaza, in Israel. All right, you have all those other nations, even though they're talking about a ceasefire. Hey, these places are gearing up. Syria's talking about gearing up. All right, Israel's talking about gearing up. They're doing exercises with the U.S., talking about taking out Iran. So again, you're seeing things going on behind the scenes. Now, real quick, let me read this. So this one I got pinned up. This is the French president. So we read the Germany, all right, China. Now this is the French president, Emmanuel Macron, and this is from news.com.au, and this is dated from earlier today. And it says, French President Emmanuel Macron says EU has to be ready to take on Russia alone after U.S. freezes Ukraine aid. I'll read a little bit of it. In the wake of Donald Trump's canceling of military aid to Ukraine, French President Emmanuel Macron has taken it upon himself to warn his European neighbors of a potential nightmare scenario involving Russia. Trump's insistence on taking the middle ground in an effort to sign an immediate ceasefire deal has seen him labeled a Russian asset by his most ardent detractors. The U.S. president's inflammatory comments made in his attempt to secure support from Zelensky to broker a deal with Vladimir Putin have been interpreted as hostile, despite the fact the end result would mean a swift end to the daily bloodshed. And again, this is all theater, all right? So you had that talk with Zelensky and Trump and J.D. Vance. You've seen how they were talking, basically the pride of Esau. But, that's all theater. This is all happening how it's supposed to happen. Let me jump down real quick, straight to the point. It says, meanwhile, Macron has doubled down on France's position, and they support Ukraine, and implored the EU to think about its future should ties be severed with the U.S. under Trump. And so what do you see going on? You see, these nations doubling down their support, but also what it said that ties with the U.S. are going to have to be, they might be severed. They might be cut. These are so-called allies. All right. Now, there's another prophecy which we can bring that out real quick, bro. What is that? Revelation 17.
Yeah.
Real quick, because we brought this out a lot. All the time. The apostles and elders brought this out for a long time now, years. We always go into it that all these nations that are so-called allies with America, they're going to end up being a part of the destruction of America. All right, now, as prior to this, these countries have had a strong relationship with America. Even though they had their little tit for tat, nobody ever talked about leaving or severing ties. All right, now you hear about what Trump talking about leaving NATO. You're hearing that these countries severing their ties with America and how they're doing things. Well, we're literally witnessing the beginning stages of this prophecy we're about to bring out.
Yeah.
You got it, bro.
You wanted me to grab Revelation? Which?
Yeah, 17 and I believe it's 16.
Okay. This is Revelation 17 and 16. It says, "And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked.
Yep.
And shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire."
Yep. So which if you can receive it, the 10 horns going into these European nations, all right, the EU, and also the beast, which represents NATO. All right, so you got NATO and the EU. What did it say? It said, "These shall hate the whore." Who is the whore? The whore is America. All right. So now again, this is a prophecy. If you can receive it, this is a prophecy that the so-called allies of America, having their ties severed, like we just read, coming against America. Now it said what? Read that again. It says, "Shall hate the whore," and what?
It says, "These shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire."
So these nations ultimately, all right, ties are going to be severed. Okay, somehow, some way, again, we're seeing little, talks of it, but ultimately, all the so-called allies of America going into the NATO and the EU are going to cut their ties with America and be a part of that destruction. All right, the scriptures say, I believe in Jeremiah, that all those who bend the bow shoot at her, meaning what? Everybody who has nuclear capabilities, send your nukes upon America. All right, so again, these are the times we're living in. This is the prophecy that we're seeing coming to pass. All right, and what does this show? Literally, it shows the Lord is working, and also that America's on that timeline to destruction. And like the apostles have been going into it, Trump is like the perfect dude to set all this in motion, because look what you see going on. There's so-called severing these ties because of Trump. But that was it on that, right, bro?
No, it's more.
Okay, go ahead.
2 more verses.
Yep.
It says, "For the Most High hath put in their hearts to fulfill his will, and to agree and give their kingdom unto the beast, until the words of the Most High shall be fulfilled."
Yep. So literally the Lord is he's starting to. All right, you have the angels working on the minds of these kings right now, so-called kings, but ultimately the will of the Lord is going to be done. And what is the will of the Lord? That this place, America, be destroyed with thermonuclear fire. That's and right. We read the prophecy, all right, one of the prophecies saying that these NATO EU nations are going to be a big part of that. All right, so the Lord is not a man that he should lie. So again, we understand some way, somehow, these nations that were so-called allies at one time are going to end up destroying America. All because this is what the Lord wants.
That's right. It says, "And the woman which thou sawest is that great city which reigneth over the kings of the earth."
Which is what? America. That's right. This is America. It's been raining for a while now. But what did we read earlier? All these nations are beginning to be angry. They're angry with that whore. They're angry with this big bad America. You know?
That's right. You want me to grab Joel 3?
Yeah, grab Joel 3 and I'll read this real quick. I think I only got like 2 more. Yeah.
You want me to read this first, or you want to grab that first?
Go ahead and read it, bro.
Okay, this is Joel 3 and 9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up.
So what did it say? Prepare war.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the time we're in. All right. This is the time we're seeing, you know, you had talks of Iran building up their nuclear capabilities. You know, they weren't supposedly they weren't nuclear, but Russia's helping these guys out. You see all these other nations talking about building up their militaries. Why? Because the Lord is putting on their spirit to fulfill war.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And that ultimate war, which let me bring that out real quick and we can jump back. Because, you know, this is the major war, like they say, to end all wars. This is Revelation 11 and 14. It says the second woe was past, which the second woe was talking about World War II.
Right.
It says the second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. Now, what's the third woe? The third woe is the Third World War. All right, so the Lord is having these nations get ready, build up their arsenal, build up their militaries. All right, so what? They can fulfill his prophecy, which is World War III, that third woe.
That's right. You want me to keep going?
Read that again real quick.
Yep. It says, Joel 3 and 9, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears.
So you have a less emphasis on these nations going into agriculture.
Mm-hmm.
They're taking away most their money, focusing on agriculture to focus on what? War. Defense.
That's right. It says, assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Yahweh Shaphat.
The valley of Yahweh Shaphat, which is that Middle Eastern region.
Mm-hmm.
So the Lord is saying what? Hey, put that money into the defense, all right, into these militaries, and get ready for war. All right, and then what? Come to the valley of Yahweh Shaphat, which is that Middle Eastern region. Now, let me read this real quick. This is from MSN.com, dated 2 days ago, and it says, EU ponders 800 billion euro plan to beef up defenses to counter possible U.S. disengagement. The chief of the European Union's executive on Tuesday proposed an 800 billion euro plan to beef up the defenses of EU nations, aiming to lessen the impact of potential U.S. disengagement and provide Ukraine with military muscle to negotiate with Russia following the freeze of U.S. aid to the embattled nation. European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen said the massive Rearm Europe package will be put to the 27 EU leaders. They are holding an emergency meeting in Brussels on Thursday following a week of increasing political uncertainty from Washington, where President Donald Trump questioned both his alliance to the continent and the defense of Ukraine. Hey, this is beautiful, man. This is beautiful times right now.
Mm-hmm.
It says, let me jump down. I mean, well, right here, jump down straight to the point. It says she's going into the plan a little bit. I'll read a little bit of this. It says she said military equipment that needs to be improved includes air and missile defense, artillery systems, missile and ammunition, drones and anti-drone systems, and cyber preparedness. Such a plan will force many EU member states to greatly increase their military spending. This is what we just read in Joel. Read it again, bro, Baba Gashah.
Yep. It says, Joel 3:10, beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears.
So what does that mean? That means get ready for war. All right. Modern times, what does that mean? That means put your money into military. Now, I'll read it again. It says, such a plan will force many EU member states to greatly increase their military spending.
Prophecy.
This is literal prophecy, right? As we're witnessing right now. This is 2 days ago. All right. And that's pretty much it on that. But so, and it's under the guise of, helping Ukraine. But hey, Ukraine's just the beginning. All right. Ukraine is just another proxy war. It's a distraction. It's like a jab for these NATO nations to try and do some damage to Russia. But it's not really doing anything to Russia, and Russia knows it. So this thing is about to go full scale. And ultimately, everything is going to end up in the Middle East, because we read it. What did it say? That Valley of Yehoshaphat, which is the Middle Eastern region. All right.
Well, even with all of these tariffs, you got certain articles that's coming out that's basically saying with the tariffs that's going on, you Americans are going to have to come out of pocket more to buy these goods. So it's affecting you, for these, for these everyday Americans.
Yep.
And it's only going to get worse. The scriptures say that these are the beginning of sorrows, Joel 3 and verse 12, it says, let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Yehoshaphat, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come, get you down, for the press is full. The fats overflow, for their wickedness is great. Multitudes in the valley of decision. For the day of the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is near in the valley of decision.
Yep, and this is what's coming. All right, World War III, nations gathering, the armies gathering in this Middle East. So now, how is all these countries and their armies going to meet in the Middle East? Well, what's going on? You have the war with Israel and Gaza, which is spreading out to all these other so-called Arab and Elam countries. And they're all going to get involved. And then what? Well, the scriptures talk about the least of the flock shall draw them in, which is Israel drawing America into this. You already see them doing joint drills. All right. And then what? Who's a guard unto his fellows? Gog, Magog, or the Medes, which is Russia. So, real quick, can you share this? I think I have. This is the last one. But this is how they're going to make their way. Now, real quick, this is from yesterday. All right, this is from the Jerusalem Post, and it says, IDF Chief Zamir declares 2025 a year of war on Gaza and Iran. And this is the incoming IDF Chief of Staff, Lieutenant General Ayel Zamir. He told the High Command on Thursday night that 2025 will be a year of war focused on Gaza and Iran, with other fronts also being given attention. He said that he will emphasize the concept of victory as an important value, as in recent years, the IDF has been focused on relative victory or deterrence. Additionally, he has decided that all efforts will be made to return the hostages from Hamas, though no specific policy changes have been named. And, yep. So basically, this new general, all right, is calling for war. So you see, and like I said, this is a rumor right now, which we read in Matthew the 24th chapter, but ultimately we know, we just read it in Joel the 3rd chapter, that eventually all these nations and all these nations' armies are going to make it over there to the Middle East. All right. So, don't get distracted by what's going on in Israel and Ukraine and China. Hey, the big war is going to be over there in the Middle East, in Jerusalem or Israel. Those so-called Israelis, which are the Amalekites, they're going to bring U.S. into that war. And Iran is talking about Iran getting into this war. Who's Iran's ally? Russia. All right. So, and then all these other different countries are going to trickle on in after the two big bad ones. All right.
That's right.
But so this is where we're at in prophecy. All right. But remember, before this war pops off, what has to happen? The MOTB.
That's right.
So, this is what we're on the lookout for. Again, beautiful times right now. Prophecy is speaking. That's why the scriptures, talk about being diligent and really being locked in, because, it's a lot going out, a lot of information going out, and a lot of filtering that needs to be done, and a lot of disinformation as well. But yeah, that was all I got, bro.
Okay.
Did you have any more precepts?
I think we pretty much hit it. Unless Jake had anything.
I got one more.
Okay.
Just because I mentioned it earlier, but again, this is the whole. The scriptures talk about when you give your law, when we give our mind to the law, to the basically reading the scriptures and believing in the truth. What does it say? We're going to be occupied in prophecy. Right. This is what it's about. This lets us know and measure the times to see when Yahushua is about to make his return. Hey, the disciples wanted to know back in the day, hey, when you're going to make, when you're going to return, when is the end of these things? When is the end of this heathen rulership and the beginning of Jake's rulership? All right. Well, certain prophecies had to come to pass first. Right. All right. So this is the spirit we're in. This is Revelation 19. And where is it? Yep, verse 10. And it says, and I fell at his feet to worship him. And he said unto me, see thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahushua. Now, this is the Apostle John, bowing down to the angel. All right, but the angel saying, don't bow down to me. I'm your bro. I'm your brother. But what did he say? He said, I have that same testimony of Yahushua, which is worship the Most High. For the testimony of Yahushua is the spirit of prophecy. So, hey, this is the spirit we're supposed to be in. Hey, this is the whole testimony of Yahushua. It was the spirit of prophecy, and this is the spirit we're in. All right, we're the spirit of prophecy. We're in the spirit of, measuring the times and seeing how close the Lord is to bringing the end.
That's right.
But yeah, that's all I got, bro.
Well said. You pop.
Any
hey man, every day we wrapping closer and closer to the end. Wrapping closer to the return of Yahushua. We just got to make sure that we doing what we doing. Examine yourself. We coming into the Passover. As for us all, we all must examine ourselves and make sure that we right with Yahweh Bashem Yahushua.
That's right.
So that when it's that time, man, Lord's will, we be covered.
That's right.
Time of trouble. But yeah,
that's right. Yeah, yes, it's heavy times. This is heavy times right now. This is, the spirit of this Passover is real heavy right now. You see what's going on. You see men, bugging out, Israelites, hypocrites. You also see prophecy speaking at an all-time high. So, we're very close. We're not 1,000 years off. We're very close. So like the brother's saying, it's time to lock in, examine yourself, and again, that goes for us first and foremost. We need to repent. We need to keep praying, and keep locking in.
That's right.
But hey, Lord's will, this is edifying. Once again, we want to give all honor, praises, and glory to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushai, Hashem, Hakodash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders at Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect and Abba Ball.
Shalom to the elect and Abba Ball.